Welcome back to Course 1 of How to Build a Content Marketing Strategy from Scratch. I'm glad you made it to episode 2 because this is where most content programs either get serious or quietly fall apart. In episode 1, we talked about why content marketing is your most powerful growth channel. Today, we're getting into the mechanics. Specifically, how do you know if your content is actually working? How do you set goals that your CEO will respect? And which metrics actually connect to revenue versus the ones that just make you feel busy? By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear 5 KPI framework, a goal setting process tied directly to your revenue targets, and a 90-day dashboard you can start filling in today. There's a free downloadable version of that dashboard linked in the description. Grab it before you finish watching. Let's go. Let me start with a confession most marketers won't make out loud. A lot of what we measure in content marketing is designed to feel good rather than drive decisions, page views. We celebrate when this number goes up. But if those visitors never converted into a lead or a trial, what exactly are we celebrating? Social likes. Every heart and thumbs up feels like validation. But a post that got 400 likes and generated zero pipeline is noise, not signal. Time on page. Yes, someone spent 4 minutes reading your article. Great. Did they ever come back? Did they opt in? Did they buy? If not, what are 4 minutes worth? Here's the uncomfortable truth about vanity metrics. They're comfortable precisely because they're always going up. If you publish content at all, page views will increase, likes accumulate, time on page improves. But revenue connected metrics, MQLs, pipeline conversion rates, those are ruthlessly honest. They demand accountability, and that's exactly why we avoid them. This episode is about flipping that habit. Let me show you the difference between a content goal that sounds reasonable and one that actually drives the business. Publish more content. This is not a goal, it's an activity. There's no number, no timeline, no connection to a business outcome. Compare that to publish 8 SEO blog posts per month targeting too few keywords with 500 or more monthly search volume. Now you have specificity. Now you have something measurable. Grow our audience again, not a goal. What audience, by how much, by when? Versus reach 15,000 monthly organic sessions by end of Q3, up from 4,200 today. That's a goal with a baseline, a target, and a deadline. Generate more leads from content. This one is particularly dangerous because it sounds strategic, but without a number, it's just a hope. Contrast it with generate 40 content attributed MQLs per month by Q4 tracked via UTM parameters and CRM campaign source. That sentence tells you exactly what to measure, how to measure it, and when to have achieved it. The pattern is the same every time. Vague activity statements become specific outcome targets. That's the upgrade. Here's the framework I want you to use every time you set a content goal. I call it the goal hierarchy, and it has 4 levels. At the top, your business goal, something like grow ARR by 40% this year. That's the number the whole company is aligned around. Below that, your marketing goal, how much of that ARR growth is marketing responsible for generating? Let's say marketing needs to deliver 300 MQLs per month to support that target. Below that, your content goal, of those 300 MQLs, how many should content be responsible for? If content owns 25 to 30%, that's roughly 80 MQLs per month from content source channels. At the bottom, your content KPI. To generate 80 MQLs from content at a 4% block to MQL conversion rate, you need 2,000 qualified organic sessions per month. That's your KPI. And suddenly, publish more content has a completely different meaning. It means publish enough content to drive 2,000 qualified sessions. Every metric in your content program should be traceable back up this hierarchy. If you can't connect a metric to your business goal, it probably doesn't belong in your dashboard. 72%. That's the percentage of marketers who say content marketing increases engagement. Almost three-quarters of content marketers believe in the channel. And yet only 43% actually measure it properly. Let that sink in. The majority of people investing in content don't have a reliable system for knowing whether it's working. They're creating, publishing, distributing, and then guessing at whether any of it contributed to revenue. This is the gap I want to help you close today because when you measure content properly, when you can walk into a board meeting and say, our content program generated 45 MQLs last month, which contributed to $280,000 of pipelines, the conversation changes completely. You're no longer defending a cost, you're reporting on an asset. That's the difference between a marketer who keeps their budget and one who loses it. All right. Here are the only 5 content KPIs that matter for a SaaS business. Not 10, not 15, 5, because focus is more powerful than comprehensiveness. Number 1, organic sessions, your foundational reach metric. Rising organic sessions tells you that your SEO investment is compounding and your content is getting discovered. Number two, content attributed MQLs. Leads where the first touch point was a piece of your content. This is the metric that justifies your content budget to leadership. Track it via UTM parameters and CRM source data. Number three, content influenced pipeline. The dollar value of pipeline where a prospect consumed content at some point before the deal closed. Even if content wasn't the first touch, deals where buyers engaged with content close 3 times faster. Number four, email subscriber growth. Your owned audience. Unlike social media, you control this list completely. No algorithm can take it from you. It compounds. Number five, blog to MQL rate. The efficiency metric. If this is low, you have a conversion problem. Your content is attracting traffic that isn't converting. That's a CTA problem, a targeting problem, or an offer problem, and it's fixable once you're measuring it. Let's go deeper on the first KPI because it's the foundation everything else is built on. Organic sessions are the monthly unique visitors arriving at your site from search engines. You find this in Google Analytics for under acquisition, then traffic acquisition, then organic search. Also connect Google Search Console for keyword level data. Why does this matter? Because organic traffic is the compounding dividend of your content investment. Every piece of content you publish that ranks is a permanent traffic asset. It doesn't expire. It doesn't require a monthly budget renewal. What's a healthy target? If you're early stage, you're working toward 2,000 to 5,000 sessions per month. Growth stage companies aim for 20,000 to 50,000. At scale, you're looking at 100,000 or more. Here's the warning sign to watch for. Traffic is growing, but MQLs aren't. That tells you one of two things. Either your content is attracting the wrong audience, people who will never buy your product, or your calls to action are broken and you're letting interested visitors leave without capturing them. Look at this growth curve on the right. This is what a healthy content program looks like over 12 months. Almost nothing in months 1 through 4. A steady climb from month 5, real momentum by month 8, and by month 12, compounding. This is why patience is the competitive mode I mentioned in episode 1. Two more numbers that should fundamentally change how you think about content measurement. First, deals where buyers consumed content before a sales call closed 3 times faster than deals with no content touchpoint. 3 times. Think about what that means for your sales team. If you can get a prospect to read 2 or 3 of your best articles before a discovery call, you're not starting from zero. They already know your perspective. They already understand your approach. The conversation is completely different. Second, B2B buyers now consume 47% more content before engaging with a salesperson than they did 5 years ago. The buyer journey has gotten longer and more self directed. Buyers are doing their own research, forming their own opinions, and often shortlisting vendors before they ever fill in a form. The implication of both these numbers is the same. If your content isn't showing up during that research phase, you're not even in the conversation. Your competitors are building familiarity and trust, while your buyers are still anonymous to you. Measurement isn't just about accountability, it's about understanding what's actually moving buyers forward before they ever talk to you. Let me walk you through exactly how to set content goals that are actually connected to something real. Step 1, start with your revenue target. What's your ARR goal for the next 12 months? Work backwards. If you need $2 million in ARR and your average contract value is $8,000, you need 250 customers. How many trials does that require? How many MQLs feeds those trials? What percentage of MQLs must come from content? Step 2, define content's share of MQLs. If content should deliver 30% of all MQLs and you need 100 MQLs per month total, your content goal is 30 MQLs per month from content attributed sources. That's a number you can build backward from. Step 3, set the traffic goal that produces those MQLs. If your blog to MQL conversion rate is 2%, you need 1,500 qualified blog sessions per month to generate 30 MQLs. Now your traffic target actually means something. It's not arbitrary. It's derived from your revenue math. Step 4. Set your production goal to achieve that traffic. To reach 1,500 organic sessions from new content, you might need 6 to 8 SEO optimized posts per month, targeting keywords with enough search volume. That's a production goal tied to an outcome. The whole chain is connected. Revenue target, MQL target, traffic target, production target. Every piece falls into place from the top down. This is the step most content teams skip, and it's the reason they can't prove ROI. Step 1, add UTM parameters to every single content call to action. Every blog post with a link to a landing page, every newsletter link, every in-content offer, tag it at minimum UTM underscore source equals blog, UTM underscore medium equals organic, UTM underscore campaign equals whatever content program it belongs to. If you don't tag it, your CRM can track it. Step 2, create a dedicated content campaign source in your CRM. Whether you're using HubSpot or Salesforce, build a campaign that automatically captures contacts where the original source was content. This is how you pull a content MQL report. Step 3, tag leads by first touch versus multi-touch. This is where it gets nuanced. Sometimes content is the first door a prospect walks through. Sometimes it's the third or fourth room they visited before converting. Both matter and they tell different stories. First touch attribution shows you where content is generating new demand. Multi touch shows you where it's accelerating existing demand. Step 4, build a single content pipeline report. Leads sourced by content converted to MQLs. Progress to opportunities closed as deals, AR value. That one report tells the complete ROI story of your content program. It's the report that gets your budget renewed. Three final statistics that I want to leave with you before we get to the dashboard. 91% of B2B marketers say content marketing is more important to their strategy than it was 2 years ago. The channel is gaining weight, not losing it, despite or arguably because of AI generated content flooding the internet. Original, expert, experience led content is becoming more valuable, not less. 78% of CMOs believe custom content is the future of marketing, and yet only 29% have a documented content strategy. That gap is your opportunity. If you complete this course and build your strategy properly, you're ahead of 71% of your competitors by default. And the number that connects it all, companies with a documented content strategy convert 6 times better than those without one. Not because writing things down is magic, but because when you document a strategy, you force clarity on your goals, your audience, your KPIs, and your process. That clarity makes everything else better. So let me ask you directly, are you one of the 29%? By the time you finish this course, you will be. This is your working tool for the next 90 days, 6 KPIs, 4 columns, 30 minutes to fill in, and it will become the most valuable document in your content program. The 6 KPIs are the 5 we covered earlier, plus one production metric, new blog posts published per month. That last one is your input metric. It's the thing you control most directly, and it's the dial you turn when the output metrics aren't moving fast enough. Here's how to use this dashboard. First, fill in the baseline column this week, not what you wish it was, what it actually is. Pull the real numbers from GA4, your CRM, and your email platform. Write them down. That's your starting point. Second, set your 30, 60, and 90-day targets. These should be ambitious but realistic. If your organic sessions today are 2,000, targeting 50,000 in 90 days is fantasy. Targeting 3,500 is a stretch goal you can actually hit. Third, and this is the part most teams skip, assign an owner to each metric, not a team, one person. If everyone is responsible, no one is. There is a fully fillable version of this dashboard available for download in the description. It's part of the content strategy template we released alongside episode 1. Go grab it, fill it in, bring it to your next team meeting. Before we wrap up, 3 mistakes I see SaaS teams make constantly when they try to set content goals for the first time. Mistake 1, setting goals without a baseline. I see this all the time. Someone in a planning meeting says we want to 10x our traffic this year, and nobody in the room knows what current traffic actually is. You cannot set a meaningful target without measuring where you are today. Spend 1 hour in GA4 before you set a single goal. That hour will save you months of confusion. Mistake 2, setting too many KPIs. Tracking 15 metrics sounds rigorous. In practice, it means nobody owns any of them. When a metric has 15 co-owners, it has 0 owners. Pick 3 to 5 KPIs. Assign a single name to each. Review them weekly. That's a system. 15 metrics on a dashboard nobody looks at is not a system. It's anxiety in spreadsheet form. Mistake 3, disconnecting goals from revenue. This is the most expensive mistake and the most common. When your CEO asks why pipeline is flat, but our page views were up 40% is not an answer. It's an embarrassment. Every content metric must trace back to a revenue outcome. If you can't complete the sentence, this metric matters because it directly influences blank dollars of pipeline. It doesn't belong on your dashboard. 3 things I want you to carry out of this episode. Number 1, vanity metrics are a trap and they're comfortable by design. Page views and social likes will always trend upward if you're publishing at all. That's what makes them seductive. Revenue connected metrics, MQLs, pipeline conversion rate, those are the ones that actually build the business. Start measuring those. Number two, one documented goal beats 10 undocumented ones. Companies with a documented content strategy convert 6 times better. Write your goals down, connect them to revenue, share them with your team. Accountability starts with clarity, and clarity starts with documentation. Number three, your dashboard should tell a story, not just report numbers. Every metric should connect upward to a revenue outcome and downward to a specific action you can take. If a metric goes red, you should know exactly what lever to pull. If you can't explain why a metric is on your dashboard in one sentence, remove it. Your job isn't to report on content, your job is to use data to make content more effective. That's the difference between a marketer and a content strategist. You've now completed the first two episodes of this course. You understand why content compounds, you know which metrics matter, you have a goal setting framework tied to your revenue targets, and you have a 90-day dashboard to start filling in right now. In episode 3, we're going to tackle one of the most common and most expensive content mistakes in SaaS, writing content for everyone, which means it converts no one. We'll build your content ICP, map your content to specific buyer pain points at every stage of the funnel, and pull the exact language your buyers use so your content feels like it was written specifically for them. Before episode 3, download the content strategy template from the link in the description. Fill in sections 1, 2, and 3. That's your business context, your ICP, and your content goals. It takes about an hour. And when you watch episode 3, you'll already have your foundations in place. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Drop a comment below with the metric you're most struggling to measure right now. And if this episode helped you, share it with one person on your marketing team who needs to hear it. See you in episode 3.